500-mile slugathon at the Darlington Raceway.
NASCAR Cup Series playoffs from Darlington. Harvick's still going to win. Harvick wins the Southern 500.
What a fight! Fight a fight!
Denny Hamlin's going to win it.
Excellent job, everybody. Hell yeah! Oh, baby! Hell yeah!
Playoff racing at the Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina.
And just about every car in the field tonight will have one from running into this wall. Darlington Raceway is the Mount Everest of stock car racing, and to be fast here, you got to be running inches from the fence.
You can do that, but the problem is this racing surface. Look at these rocks in the surface. They come out of it. They're huge. They reach up and they grab the tire and they pull the rubber off of it. And every time that happens, the car gets slower and slower and harder to drive. But you still got to be against that wall if you want to win this race.
Grandstand sold out here at Darlington. The playoffs are underway.
Green, green, green.
Keselowski making a little bit of movement there to the inside of the 12 of Blaney.
Blaney running really tight right there.
It has been a pit road nightmare for Christopher, so he stops a little long, had to come around a car. Oh, the jack drops on the right side. Now he has to find a way to get it jacked back up. Luckily, no damage to the car. Now they move on to the left, but Christopher Bell is snake bit on pit road, Dave.
This track was built back in 1950. They expected speed somewhere in the realm of about 80 miles an hour. Well, we're going 80 miles an hour faster than what this track was built for. Marty.
Boy, Rick, that spoiler cam is so cool here at Darlington for Tyler Reddick. Thanks to Toyota for providing that. You can also see the sunset going into turn 3, as we heard earlier. That certainly will be an issue.
Slides up into the left rear quarter panel of the 22 Pennzoil machine. Contact right there. Brings the 23 around.
Caution comes out at the end of stage 1 after Denny Hamlin gets the win.
We talked about mistakes in round 1, teams that get a poor start as opposed to a good start. Will this end Martin Truex's decent day? Loose wheel, he's back on pit road. They're going to have to attend to that. We'll see where that cycles him out. It's still a long way to go, but this is a hiccup for them. More trouble for Michael McDowell. This car has not been right all night long. He had to bring it to pit road now. The car still needing to turn better, still need to get the back of the car in the racetrack. They got lapped early and then never recovered. First the car was tight, then it was sliding all over the place. It's really been an inauspicious start to the playoffs for Michael McDowell.
Because of the lights we were talking about in turn 3 and 4, I was halfway joking about them bringing the yellow out for that issue for Christopher Bell while he was out front of the field, but NASCAR's decided that maybe some drivers are chattering about being able to see there in that turn. It is pretty dark, especially up against the fence there. Let's see what this Levitt car looks like here. As we look at how dark it is in the corner, and this is on board at speed. See the change in darkness right there and getting up against that wall. You really can't see exactly how close you are to it or how close you can get to it, especially right there. Right around that last bit of the corner is where the biggest shadow is cast by the wall.
Just giving them the information they need.
All right, so all the fans want to know, you got lights over there now?
Let there be light.
Thank you, buddy. Good luck.
Christopher Busch and his team have a big surprise. A lot of fire right there. Y'all, bit of a check up there. A lot of cars having to avoid contact. A little bit late in the restart zone. Several cars back there in the middle of the pack. Going a little bit soon, having to slow down, check up.
I think Hamlin was anticipating that William Byron was maybe trying to get a little bit of a run.
Yeah, right there. Racing for 14th position. Cindric just gets into the left side of the 54 Ty Gibbs, and up the racetrack they go right here. Contact. Gibbs into the wall, turns the 2 right into the wall.
Yeah, the 54 had no more room to go.
No.
High.
Good moves by Joey Logano and Bubba Wallace to avoid that. They were right behind, up next to the wall when that happened.
A good launch by the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Side by side for second. Eric Jones evens up on the 5 car. Larson down into turn 1. Byron all alone in 4th place. Jones with a great opportunity right here on the outside of 5. Look at the momentum. He gets in the wall just a little bit, slows him down. A little side draft by Larson down into turn 3. Larson easily clears with a little bit of a slide job. Jones back to the bottom. All this while Denny Hamlin way out in front is going to win stage 2.
You're all good. You can roll out now.
The stakes will raise as they go through the playoffs.
He said it got hung in neutral or something, talking about the 5 of Larson when he hit the wall.
Oh, boy. Well, we talk about 500 miles. We don't think about attrition or mechanical issues with these cars anymore. We don't see it very often. But you wonder just how much abuse they can take.
Denny's car just not quite firing off here on these new tires. He's got an issue. He's coming to pit road.
A problem for the playoff driver who's led the most laps today.
Rick, he thinks he has a loose wheel for Denny Hamlin. We talked about how you cannot make mistakes here in the playoffs. Hamlin had driven a perfect race to this point. Chris Gabehart even said the crew has been perfect all day long, but Hamlin saying he thinks he has a loose wheel. You're on board with him riding down pit road right now to be able to get 4 fresh Goodyear tires on. Man, Steve, we talk about it all the time. I don't know what it is about the Southern 500 and the playoffs that brings out mistakes from crews and drivers as well, but a mistake here on pit road for the Joe Gibbs crew.
Yeah, mistake, and you hope.
45's going to try to slow down.
Newman slides sideways, and that's probably going to bring out the caution. The 4 was the on pit road before the caution came out.
The answer is no to that, because on the onboard I saw the red light for sure for the 4 car, but the 22 of Joe Logano was.
Bowman to the bottom of the racetrack. Worrells will have the momentum down the straightaway here. He's going to move to the inside. Bowman's going to block. More of a block. Contact.
Oh, and he puts him in the wall. Into the wall goes Bowman. And now Suarez and Harrison Burton caught up.
Stay all the way at the top and stop.
Free pass is going to go to Truex Jr., I believe. Highest scored car a lap down.
That was a hard lick for that 21 car of Harrison Burton. Nowhere to go.
He's pulling the rear bumper around, and Bowman has to correct. But see right here, he's going to his inside, block, and he goes to the right, and there is contact.
Well, one thing's for fact. 2 drivers that have not had great years were having great runs inside the top 10, and now neither of them are going to be able to finish there.
Yeah, I put that on both drivers. The blocking was a little aggressive. The 99 didn't cut him a break.
Bowman out of the race after an incident with Daniel Suarez. We saw the block. Daniel called it dumb. Take us through your thoughts on the moves you made.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it didn't work, so he chose not to lift and to crash us. But every time I race the 99, he does something dumb. So whether it's his crew chief flipping me off on the way to the airport or just anytime I'm around him, he blocks me really aggressively. So that's just part of it sometimes. And obviously the block didn't work out. And looking back, I shouldn't have done it. But we were just really tight on the short run. And I knew I needed to hang on to whatever track position I could. Kind of just got a bad run off of 4 being tight. And saw I had a run. Knew if I could hold on for a couple laps that we'd be really good. But yeah, if he wants to call me dumb, every time I'm around him, there's a big block. So that's just part of racing sometimes.
So Kyle Busch in the 38 contact. The 38 now out of control, fishtailing. Denny trying to avoid. Here comes McDowell. Heavy contact. Though 20 car. Christopher Bell is well involved. All these cars are on the edge.
Past the Earnhardt Tower there in turn 3. Larson coming out of turn 4.
White flag here. One more good one. Still clear by 8.
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. The gap Still about 5 car lengths separating Tyler Reddick and Kyle Larson. Larson down the backstretch for the final time. He has won some big races before. He's won a championship. He's looking to win his way into the next round of the playoffs, and he's looking to win the Southern 500. Kyle Larson, he's going to do it.
Southern 500, baby. Hell yeah! Hell yeah, guys.
We've seen some pretty impressive things out of Kyle Larson in his career. We know that next year he'll be a part of the Indy 500. And now a winner of the Southern 500, one of the crown jewels of NASCAR.
You've been trying a long time to win here at Darlington. Where does the Southern 500 win rank for you?
It's definitely in the top 5. This has been one of my favorite tracks my whole career, and been really fast here my whole career. Just usually get in the wall, and finally we have the next gen car that's tough enough to allow me to hit the wall. So he was able to make some mistakes and get a win. So adding this trophy to the collection is going to be amazing, and just such a prestigious race. This is, one of 3 or 4 crown jewels, and I feel like, besides the 500, maybe the only one I haven't won yet. We get to, hopefully go back to the Brickyard next year on the Oval, and would love to win that one too. But